Yeah, this isn't gonna be a happy video, but and I start laughing. All right, so I'm just gonna give a scenario, and if this is you, raise your hand. So you're struggling with something, and you know you can't get through it by yourself. Like that is undoubtedly something you can't get through. I don't. What it doesn't matter what it is. You need help. Could be a person, could be a tool, could be fucking a resource. It doesn't matter. You need help. That's basically what the point of this is. You need help. Not you don't know how to deal with failure and you gotta keep going and there no. Like you can't get this done by yourself. You need help. Period. You know what I mean? Like you need help. And you know where you can get the help from. Like it's not, oh, I gotta find it and look for it. I don't even know where the help. You know exactly where you can find the help from, and yet you choose to deny and get the help. Yeah, raise your hand if that's you. Yeah, and it's so dumb. And the worst part about it is, the entire time you're struggling, and you know you can't get to this point without help. You literally know you can't do it, and you're still doing the same shit. It's like that you know that this way is not going to lead to any results, but you're going to keep doing it instead of asking for help or instead of getting help. Why? Why? Why do we do that shit all the time? With simple things, with big things, little things, fucking life changing shit. And the worst part is when you do it with stuff that matters more. But at the end of the day, you need help. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, bro, why? Why are you making life so much harder for yourself? And I could only come up with one answer as to why I didn't ask for help. One answer that like made sense, like that was actually logical, something I couldn't counter. Fear of vulnerability. Stupid. Is that so fucking dumb? Fear of vulnerability. That's it. And I think that is something that holds most people back from asking for help. And it's sad because it's something that's so stupid. Fear of vulnerability. What does that mean? Well, let's use an example. Um, let's say you're struggling financially. You got no money. You're broke. When you reach out to someone for help, for money, you are showing your vulnerability that you have no money. People can call you broke. People can say this, and that, da da da. Right? That fear of vulnerability. And I was just like, that is the only reason. And I came up with a whole bunch of BS excuses along the way as to why I didn't ask for help. But they were all masking the true reason as to I just didn't want people to know. And the worst part about it was it's not even like just people, like random people, like I would post some shit on the internet and like everybody's gonna know what's going on. No, it's like shit that is verified, like people in your life, things, sources in your life that you know are trustworthy. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not like talking about like help from some random person, stranger that you don't know. No, I'm talking about like your boys, your niggas, your family, someone you grew up with, your best friend. It doesn't matter. Your mentor, someone that's like a resource that's like top tip, you know, and it's right there for you, right in your face. All you gotta do is pick up the phone and call your friend. And it's like I feel like we always wait till there's no other choice to call. Right? I wait till my bank account hits zero. Not when it's $1, not when it's $2, not when it's $3, even though, let's be honest, that's broke. No, when it gets to zero, that's when I pick up my phone. And I'm like, yo, dog, I need you. Why? Like that shit is so crippling, and it's sad because I know it shows up in different ways for me. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that I feel like I'm open, a very open person, but at the same time, there's certain shit I'm so closed about. And I can tell you the only reason I'm so closed about it is because of that reason. It's this fear of vulnerability that people are gonna judge me. But if those are my boys, those are my friends, those are people I trust, why do I have fear of vulnerability? What it means either two things. I got people in my life that I've been basically lying to myself. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't really trust them, and I act like I do, and that's why my gut instinct isn't, which I don't think is for most people. I don't think that's the case. Like I don't think most people act like they got close relationships with people they don't. I don't think certain like I mean I don't know how many resources out there that like can help people with certain things. Like yeah, there's some shady things out there, but like I said, the ones that are trustworthy and stand the test of time, they're out there. There's no, they're bulletproof. You know, like I don't know, but yeah, I'm just like, why? Why do we do that shit all the time to ourselves? Simple shit, like yo, just you know that person will help you. You know this thing would help you if you go to this thing, if you do this, you take this class, if you go to rehab or you go to, you know it's going to help you, and you know you need it, but we don't reach out to trustworthy things because of that fear of vulnerability. And I don't even know if it's like a brain thing because to be honest, like I like to look at everything from a simplistic view and then kind of branch it out into bigger, you know, topics. I feel like that's easier for me to kind of, I don't know, analyze things from a different perspective. So I like to look at things from the animal kingdom. Like I just look at shit in nature raw. Like I just look at shit in nature raw.
This is a sick Negro.
Because I think sometimes we forget that's exactly what we are too, fucking animals. But yeah. Um. Well, why don't animals like to show vulnerability? Right? Like usually, if you know anything about animals or what they hunt, they go after the vulnerable ones, the smallest ones, the weakest ones, the hurt ones, the sick ones. Vulnerability. The vulnerable ones. That's what they go after. Because they're easy to pick on. It's like I don't know. Is it our brains like it like forces us to not be comfortable with showing that side because it can get taken advantage of, which is true, it can. But I'm like, is that why it's so hard? Like, is it literally a chemical? Like, is it literally a like it's a almost a survival instinct to hide vulnerabilities, whether it's physical, emotional, psychological. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's not just physical. Maybe it goes beyond that when it comes to, as they say, higher intelligent species and shit like that. And maybe it is. Maybe that is why it's so hard. Maybe that is why most people don't like showing their own. But at the end of the day, whether it's hard or not is irrelevant. Like I said, you need help. And this can give you that. So, you, me, and everybody else, we need to just get over that shit. Because it sucks when you not only like disappoint yourself, but disappoint people around you because of that. Like that shit just that's the worst. You know what I mean? Like that's the worst. Because it's something so stupid. Because you know they're not gonna judge you. You know they're not gonna take advantage of you. And if they do, voila, they just showed you their cards. So you didn't even have my back in the first place. I'd rather you show me now before it's too late. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's just little things in life that if we just get a hold of, like it just makes drastic changes. I feel like that's a huge one. I mean, I could probably go on an hour about vulnerability and the way the different avenues it shows up in, but I'm just talking specifically about help because I feel like this is something that everybody deals with in their own way. You know what I mean? Like their own way. Everybody has their own way of struggling with asking for help. So yeah, maybe it isn't vulnerability for you. Maybe it's some other reason. But I think for a lot of people, if they're being honest with themselves, especially when, like I said, I'm not talking about strangers and random people. I'm talking about trustworthy things, people that will help you. That's the only thing I can think of. And it's such a stupid reason to not let people, things around you that will help you help you. It's so fucking dumb. And like I said, that feeling of disappointment is the worst feeling, especially for a reason like that. Like, you know what I mean? Because then it makes whatever your support system. It's like, yo, do you really even fuck with me? And it's like, no, that's not the case. But that's how. And how can you defend yourself? That's what it looks like, right? It's like, damn, man, gotta do better.